Well, hello, friends. Thank you so very much for hanging out with me for just a couple of minutes. I pray this message finds you doing well. As spring is here and we are entering into a new season together, and we're almost finished with the season of Lent and the rhythm of our church life. And I'm so grateful to be walking this journey with you and looking forward to again centering ourselves in Holy Week and all that Holy Week encompasses, and the depth and the beauty, the mystery, and of course the majesty of Easter and resurrection. I pray that you will continue to journey with us, that you will invite your family and friends that may not be connected to a family of faith to experience this time with us as we trust that it's going to be a beautiful one of deep meaning and intention. And I hope that you can be along for the ride as best you can. Let's talk a little bit about things that are really important that are happening in the coming days and weeks. And then we'll talk a little bit about worship on this Sunday, just give you a little bit of insight of where we're headed as we continue in our worship series together. So first and foremost, those of you that work, serve, volunteer in any capacity with children and youth that have been through our process to be a screened adult. It's a lot of insider language, sorry about that, but most of you understand what that means, that you've submitted your paperwork and you are connected and serve in those capacities. We have a yearly meeting that we have to make sure that we're all on the same page, that we have read and will honor those policies and procedures. That will happen this Sunday immediately after worship in the sanctuary. I pray that you will come, be a part of that. So just know that that's going to be happening. You will need to fill out. Many of us just saying that we were there. Some of us that perhaps it's been over 3 years or just at 3 years since we filled out that paperwork. I know that Nan and I had to do that because it was 3 years ago that we filled it out. So we're having to resubmit our paperwork. So some of you will have to redo that. And so all that's going to happen right after worship. So very grateful for the way that you take this very important responsibility to love and serve the vulnerable among us, our children and our youth especially. Also, if you're a key holder, you may not immediately work with children and youth, but if you have keys to our facility for any reason, you have to be here as well because you are put through the same particular system, and it's very, very, very important that you are here. So I look forward to us knocking that out. We shouldn't be here longer than maybe 15, 20 minutes is what I anticipate, but I want to make sure that we're all here. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So in the coming weeks, we're going to be, just in a matter of 9 days, we're going to be Holy Week. We'll be looking at Palm Sunday and moving in to the final week of the season of Lent. And so with that comes more activities and more announcements and more things happening. So these have been in your weekly newsletter. We've mentioned them in service, but I want to mention them here as well, just so you hear them again. Next Saturday, the 12th at 9 a.m., everyone is invited and encouraged to be here on campus if you are available at 9 a.m. We're going to have a campus cleanup day and just spruce up some areas around campus that need a little bit of extra attention, especially in this season as everything is in bloom and we're in spring. And so, and also because we're going to see maybe some special guests over the next several weeks with Palm Sunday and Easter. And we want to make sure that we're putting our best foot forward and taking care of our beautiful 11-acre campus. So if you can be here, bring work gloves, rakes, things of that nature, things that you can help us spruce up and clean and get things tidied up around here. So we look forward to having a good turnout Saturday morning, the 12th at 9 a.m. The following day, on the 13th, our children's ministry will have their annual Easter egg hunt. And Melinda Doobie sent a email out to all of our families of children with specific instructions about that, an address. That's going to be hosted by our own Jason and Kelly Hall at their home. They do a wonderful job of creating wonderful space, and we're so grateful to the Hall family. So that's going to be Sunday afternoon, the 13th at 3 p.m. Information, of course, was sent, an address and such privately. If you missed that and you're a children's ministry family, call us here in the church office and we'll get that information to you, okay? Also, for decorating the sanctuary for Easter Sunday, you are encouraged to bring a potted hydrangea and drop it off at the church office during the week of Holy Week. And at the appropriate time, we will have our team come in and set up and decorate the sanctuary for the season of Easter with your help. So if you want to help participate in that way, please pick up a hydrangea, drop it off by the church office. Doesn't matter what color, we'll take all of them, and our team will take care of that from there, okay? Also, we'll have the flowering cross out as well. And so on Saturday, the day before Easter, if you would like to come by and decorate that cross, we would encourage you to do so as a beautiful tradition here. And it just reminds us of the hope that we have through the work of Jesus Christ on that cross, that he makes all things new and life springs up all around us. And so it's a beautiful reminder of that. And so thank you in advance for helping us with that. Maundy Thursday, the Thursday of Holy Week, which is the 17th, we will have a special service here at 6 p.m. We will live stream it as well, but we really hope that you can make it out. If you are apprehensive about driving in the evening, if you'll reach out now to maybe your friends, neighbors, and other church members and see about possibly getting a ride, we would love to have you 6 p.m. Maundy Thursday, and that's the 17th of April. And of course, Easter Sunday, we'll have 2 worship services here. We'll have our outdoor sunrise service. That will be around 7 a.m. in the Memorial Garden here outdoors, weather permitting. And that will be led by our sunrise worship team. And so we're very grateful that they will be leading us that morning. And then we'll have our regular 10:30 a.m. traditional Easter service in the sanctuary. So we hope that you'll make plans to be with us and encourage people to come and to spend a beautiful time as we celebrate the mystery and majesty of resurrection once again this season. All right, I've kept you for 7 minutes, a lot going on, and we have a really exciting and I think challenging and what I hope will be a very meaningful opportunity this Sunday to talk about one of the most powerful and meaningful I am statements that Jesus gave in the Gospel of John. It's one that is very apropos for this season as we anticipate Easter and resurrection. This I am statement I speak of comes from John 11, where Jesus says, I am the resurrection and I am the life. And he speaks those words in a very layered, nuanced, and intense episode. This is the episode of Lazarus being raised, when Jesus raises Lazarus, who had been dead and been in a tomb for 3 days. So it is a resurrection story. It is one where Jesus resurrects Lazarus. And we're going to explore deeper the themes and the layers and the nuance and really the context of what was happening in this episode, and perhaps maybe see things differently, with more intensity, and maybe even with more beauty, exploring it in the midst of this particular season. All right, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Can't wait to be with you this Sunday, 10:30 a.m., as we explore deeper what it means that Jesus is the resurrection and the life for us. What does that mean for today? Not just for someday, but what does that mean for today? All right, grace and peace to you all. Can't wait to be with you soon.